Good morning, everybody. That had big student announcement energy. That was really big, like, hello, Oak Park River Forest High School. If you are willing and able, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. It's giving high school. That is where I went to high school. And now I am not in high school. I am here, kind of going a little crazy. By the way, this is 15 minutes away of what? This is 15 minutes away. This is 15 minutes of Curdle and Way. Everyone go get Little Miss Tuffet. She is on a hill, and she's got to make a decision about whether or not we're going to be a sanctuary city. Uh, uh, I'm scared. I'm just gonna go ahead and admit it. Thank you, Faye, for being so brave. You're welcome, Faye, for being so patient and waiting to your podcast to admit that you are afraid. No, I'm scared. For those of you who did not see, Kansas invalidated all transgender people's license without any notice. Was just like, you gotta go bring them in. Come on, which don't because they're making a list. They're using it to register us in those capacities and ways. So it's really scary. And I also want to just like, for anyone who thinks that it's not going to come for them, I just want to like point out that there isn't, I guess I'll put it this way, right? Because I see a lot of gay people who are like, just L, G, and B. And it's like, they think you're a faggot. They think you're a faggot. That's kind of all it is. They're going down the line of the fags they want to get first, and then they're working their way through it until they get all of the faggots. That's what they want, right? You're not safe. You're a faggot. You're not. You're simply not. Like, just as I'm not safe. Um, you aren't. You can't be safe while you do something that they don't like, and they will always find things that they don't like, right? Like, even if you will feel like you are the analogy I always give to this, the thing that I like to like point out is that America and the Western imperial powers across the world made the Irish not white for a time. Those people, I'm Irish, burn up in the sun the second we step outside, and instead of like they they destroyed Irish culture. I mean, like Britain, paid people for school, like to go to school and didn't forget their language. Like the destruction and desecration of everything that kind of like actually matters in like individual communities and culture for the desire to control, which is what this apparatus is about. It's a control apparatus, right? And people sometimes think that like, not people, sorry. I have my brain. I used to speak to myself in the third and second person in my head. I don't know if I've talked about this on here before. Probably. I only have three stories, and that's my home. I only have three stories, and they are Jack and the Beanstalk, Little Red Riding Hood, and an attic. The this No one is safe until everyone is safe, right? I mean, and even then, like, safety can't be as guaranteed as people would want it to be. It's part of what, like, the ideals around the police of, like, oh, well, they're protecting us, so we don't have to worry about our own protection. And the truth is, like, no, they're hurting you, and you do have to worry about your own protection. And in fact, they actually are, the law exists. What Kansas is doing at this point is legal, right? Slavery was legal. Reporting your neighbors for being who they are is legal, right? These things are all. So we should stop basing our morality on the rules created by people. Laws are invented by people, and people are deeply flawed, especially those who wish to control and hold power. Um, those of you who want like sorry, both of my cats were looking at me. Usually they come say hi and like hang out, but I think because I'm being so like um they're just looking at me like I'm smart. Yeah, they're looking at me like I know a thing or two. I do have a master's degree. It's in higher education and student affairs. My program was basically a woke program. It was during the Me Too movement, and it was like the crucible of woke. Like every time I'd say something, I'd be like, I don't know if that was biased. And the truth is that like it was for the most part. like most of my thoughts were implicit biases that I had not been long enough with to realize that they were not my own. They were installed in me by an empire who did not wish to see me thrive. Um, they don't want this pussy poppin'. And I'm thinking about that like in the context of like they're about to try to take away my capacity to get surgery, and I have not done it yet. I stalled myself. Actually, a therapist stalled me, which kind of sucks. A therapist was I had a chaser therapist. My last therapist was an absolute chaser. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's somebody with really good taste. A chaser is somebody who dehumanizes trans people and returns us just to a single part. So like they are interested in trans women who have penises, and it's like and so she was interested in that, and she talked me out of getting surgery, which is crazy simply from like it's crazy from like a bias perspective, right? But for me, it's just like, you made your job harder. You're a fireman setting buildings on fire. Like, something that would have been good for me, you told me not to do it? That sucks. Based on, it is very American though, to like make your job harder based on your own sexual problems. Wah, wah, wah. I was on, so I feel really like these last couple of years have been very difficult for me, and I have done a lot of things where I did not feel like I carried myself to the standard I wish to hold myself to, which is to say that I wish to be kind and gentle, and I wish to care. I wish to be caring and not indifferent. But I think I treated a lot of people I cared about. I found out very recently that I had borderline personality disorder, which is the least amount of personality I've ever been diagnosed with. Um, the thing about it that I'm like realizing is that unless I am really attentive, I believe everyone either loves me or hates me, which is why I have such a hard time with people, right? Like, my trust metrics are so fucked. My trust metrics are very like, if you say the wrong thing, I just won't speak to you again. And for a while it wasn't like an intentional. It was just like, well, I don't want to deal. Like, I don't fully know. But the truth is that a lot of times I thought people hated me when they were upset at me, and not understanding that like you can actually just be upset at somebody. Like, an upsetness doesn't change the fact that you love or care about them. It can change the relationship, but I thought everybody hated me. And I still think that. I think that all the time. Right now, talking into the mic, I'm imagining some of you are listening and going, right, my haters are listening, going, God, I hate Faye. No, you're not. Right? And that's kind of like the insane thing of just, I went for a walk the other day. I'm realizing the extent of which, like, I am scared of the public. I am scared of the public. I went for a walk the other day, and it was like 11 in the morning, so the sun was like as high as it could be, and I heard footsteps behind me, and I got so scared. I had to pull over. To the side. I was walking, and if you're wondering, like, if someone strong and intimidating was walking behind me, it was a woman who was probably the last grain of sand in her hourglass, carrying 2 grocery bags that were way too heavy for her. And I would have helped, but I was too scared. I had to pull over. My heart was like screaming. And this has been 8 minutes. Welcome to the 9-minute mark, actually. I've been steeping tea, and my tea is now steeped. Steep your tea with me. But then I don't have a place to put the bag, and you don't want to leave a bag in tea for too long, because if you do that, then you might throw up. If anyone is going, what does that mean? Is that true? I fucked up on this planning. I did not. Oh wait, I have an envelope that I will not use. Oh no, I will probably use it. Fudge! I'm trying to find somewhere to put this bag. If I can put this tea bag somewhere, then I can drink my tea. But if I can't, maybe 5 more minutes will be fine. It's gonna give it 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna throw up. I almost did this morning. I just have like a weird stomach with OCD as well. Yeah, no, I have a lot of letters. My Letterman jacket is very ill. Would you imagine if we gave like Letterman jackets for if you go varsity and mental illness? Yeah, I'm a varsity OCD. My thoughts are actually real. I, my thoughts are, they can be intense. I'm medicated. Actually, right now, I was talking about this before I got distracted by everything. I realized that like ADHD medication it stops my brain too much. I like having an active mind, but when I am on something that deactivates that mind, not only I think when I'm on ADHD medication, I'm just autistic, and that's not good for anybody in my life. I'm just like only literal, can't understand what's going on, constantly in my own pain. And then when I'm on ADHD or when I'm on ADHD medication, and when I'm not on ADHD medication and on every other med that I'm on, and believe me, I'm on a lot of medication, an amount that you'd look at and you'd be like, oh, you've got a lot of vitamins in there. None of them are vitamins. All of them are prescribed. Everything that I take is to prevent me from wanting to jump. Oh, that was really sad. I'm sorry. I'm good. I'm actually doing good. Despite like the world looking how it looks, my personal circumstances of my life, in that I am like feeling medicated. At least until I'm really scared, but I'm also like trying to live, which is really all we can do in this particular juncture as we bomb Iran, another war in the endless wars of the American empire, which is like so frustrating, right? There's no need to be doing this. I love the idea that you can go to war for peace. You can't declare war for peace. You can fight for peace when war is declared on you, but you cannot go like, all right, we're going to bomb them in the name of peace. Every person that you kill in the name of peace comes back with another person who wants to fight in the name of revenge. And revenge isn't a bad aspect. If you only seek it, it'll destroy you. But like, what is the world supposed to do? You know, like what are they supposed to do against the United States? We are too scared to do anything inside of our own walls. So like you see how they treat us, imagine how they treat people abroad. You know, America is when it's all said and done, we tally the amount of people America killed, it'll be a number so exorbitant that the greatest dictators in history will cry. They'll turn in their grave wishing they had America's numbers. Um, and people will still say that we are the global order, but I think we are the world's police. And look at how our police treat us. Um, it is only a metric of control. It is only a metric of destruction. And the more people are scared, the more people are afraid to fight out, the more people are afraid to speak out because of what might happen to them, the more it digs its heels in. Because like the time to have stopped this from happening was a long time ago. The time to, if you wanted to maintain, if anyone wanted to maintain what America was, which I did not, I don't think even before COVID it was I was calling it an unsalvageable nation even before then. The I forgot. I forgot what I was gonna say, and that's the consequence of the ADHD medication, not having it. It's it's the full like we'll figure it out, and then we don't. And I was gonna make a really good point, and I know it was really good, and I can't even remember what I said a second ago. I can't even remember what I said. There were frogs croaking outside my house. One of them bought one across the street, and now they're taking me to court because of the restraining order I have against him. I kissed him because I thought he would turn into a prince, and he didn't, and he's a frog, and so frogs don't have rights. And so, but in seriousness, protect the people in your life. If you are not putting your body on the line and you have privilege of being cis and a man and white, or even just a cis white woman, and you are straight, you have little to lose in regards to your identities. You have a lot to lose in regards to pain, for sure, but we all carry that together. Um, I mean, it's I don't try to like convince people to be good anymore. I'm trying not to. I think it's better just to like try to be good and hope I can do that. I don't need the rest of the world to follow me. I need to follow my own leads. Speaking of leads, I'm down by 50 in my own mental health game. I'm actually scoring goals now. It's 50-3. I got 3 goals. Hat trick, baby. Bam, 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 bam. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you for doing so, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye, loves.